How's it going? So, I got to try out the brand new enhancement that was added to the Forge. You need to have almost every treasure chest item in the game to get this. You need the black box, the black key from the treasure chest to get these enhancements. So I thought I'd make a video going over what the enhancement is. Is it worth going through all that money spent on treasure chests to get? Let's find out. Alright, like I said before, you get it by going to the Forge, going to enhancements, and it is under weapon enhancements, Acheron here. There's level 80 through 100 variants of it available, and you get it through the quest, Forge quest here for weapons. It's not here anymore because I finished it, but yeah, it requires you to farm Nulgath for an item, have the dark box and dark key, and do the puzzle and get that, and get a few potions. Potions don't take that long. The Nulgath farm actually did take a while. It's only a single drop from Nulgath, but pretty low chance, and it's Nulgath you gotta farm, so took a little bit of time. The actual enhancement itself is described on the wiki as, it's right here. So it has a 100% chance to activate on your third skill. With a 0-second cooldown, it deals 80% magic damage to up to 2 targets, always hits, and crits. Very good. Now, what isn't so good about this is it also has a downside. The downside of this enhancement is it stacks striking on you, and that is going to be affecting you with a rapid dot based on your maximum health that stacks up to 30. So it's a dot that does more damage up to 30 times to yourself while you're using it, but also grants you an additional 30% damage dealt and hit chance for 6 seconds. Also prevents Safeguard and Arcane Shield from applying. So yeah, it's got a pretty big downside on this. It might be make or break on this enhancement depending on the class. Your class does need heals to use this enhancement. Let's go over it actually in game. Okay, so I'm using Abyssal Angel right here for the test. Yeah, depending on the class will matter for this enhancement quite a bit. If your class does not have any enhancements, this weapon enhancement is unusable, completely unusable. You cannot use it on a class that does not have a heal. Unless you're in a room with a bunch of healers, you might get away with it. Solo, not a chance, not even close to a chance. So without the enhancement for baseline on Abyssal Angel, it did 5,000 DPS over a 2-minute period with Smite on my weapon. SOD with Smite. My cape does have the default Forge, just default Forge, and I use the no Forge or anything, just level 100 with luck on there. And of course the class itself has luck. Do have Polyroger equipped, but I don't think that really matters on these guys at all. Oh, they are Chaos, so does Polyroger even affect Chaos? It does, yeah. So I'm with Polyroger, but you know, everyone has Polyroger. Okay, so let's equip the new enhancement. The brand new enhancement that requires you to have every treasure chest unlocked in the game. I like to call it pay to lose, so here we go. Equip that. It's got a nice little white symbol on it as well, which is really neat. Really neat. Looks good. You can tell it has it on there. Alright, so I'm not gonna run the timer yet, but as you can see, when I hit that, I have a dot that isn't normally there. If I go twice, oh, now at 126. Now we're at 169. Now we're at 200. I'm gonna heal myself just to stay alive here. Now we're at 590, 700, 900, 1100, and we're dead. So if you want to die with this, if you're, yeah, you can do that pretty quickly. Pretty fast. So I imagine what the class designers wanted you to do with this class was kind of the opposite of some classes. You know, some classes build up a stack and you do more and more damage. I imagine with this one, they want you to do the opposite. They want you to lose your stacks, so you lose the damage you're doing to yourself while still using it periodically to boost your damage. But you want to be able to, you want to pay attention and lose stacks. Now, paying attention to your class while you're farming, not for me. When I'm farming, I prefer to be listening to something, watching a video on the side, you know, it's kind of sidetracked, just, you know, grinding away, getting numbers, pay attention to the game when I need to. Not really like min-maxing my class out. So as far as a farming enhancement goes, I would not recommend this if you want to use it for farming. Maybe it'll help you out in, I don't think it would help in PvP because you're doing a self dot, but there might be a situation where this enhancement is good. So I'm going to start the timer here and we're going to go. I'm actually just going to leave it recording. You can watch the whole 2 minutes here, but I basically shared all my thoughts on it. Do I think would I go through all the treasure chests just to unlock this specific enhancement? I would not. I would not go out of my way to spend money on chests to open them to get them. Now, if you already have access to that, if you already have Dark Box, Dark Key, been playing for a long time, it might be worth going through the hassle of farming null gaff to go and get this enhancement, but just to play around with it. And you probably are already doing that and you don't really care what I have to say about it. So, but yeah, if you don't have it and I died. I was not paying attention. All right, as you can see, yeah, death happens. I wasn't paying attention. My bad. Anyway, so like I said, like you gotta not use your 3 skill, even though the 3 skill in this class is like the main DPS skill, but you gotta like not use it sometimes. You gotta give it a moment and then click on it again. So you're not dying, because 1100 DPS is not sustainable on any class solo. You're going to die to 1100 DPS to yourself. And then if you're in a room where there's monsters also dealing damage to you, you can see how that'd be really problematic to even have a 500 damage dot on you. Would mean your death usually. Like a lot of the time, you die with just even a small, yeah. Anyway, especially solo. So yeah, in a room with other healing, you can actually kind of spam it and get away with it. But even in a room with other people healing me, I had 2 other people healing me while I was doing some farming with this. And I died. You can still very easily end your own life with this. So don't do that. Just don't use it. It's not worth it. It's not worth it, man. It's not worth it. Your life is worth living, okay? Don't use this enhancement. And especially if you're not paying attention and letting the stacks wear off. You gotta wait it out. Let the stacks go away. Reapply it. Yeah, very annoying enhancement to use. It does give you a benefit damage-wise if you're willing to go through that, but I don't know. If you've tried out the enhancement, I'd like to see a comment down below what you think of it, what class you use it with. I heard someone in my comment section while I was streaming use it with Legion Revenant and they liked it a lot more. I don't have Legion Revenant at this current moment, so could not test that to verify it's more usable in Legion Revenant. I imagine you can still die with Legion Revenant if you're, yeah, but maybe the cooldown on the 3rd skill prevents you from dying. I know on Abyssal Angel it definitely does not, so there's that. So we're over 2 minutes now. You can see the 5300 DPS. Had to go back and check really quick, but we did right flat 5k, like right up basically on 5k without the enhancement, with smite instead, which is another damage based enhancement. But you're probably, if you're looking to get this, you probably already have one of the other weapon enhancements. So 3000 more DPS with the potential of dying is, in my opinion, very much not worth it. If it was 8000 DPS instead of 5, okay, yeah, that's okay. I'll pay attention to the game for that much more extra DPS, but I'd rather just have the lower 300 lower DPS and you know, be able to not die every, when it's like the second you stack that a little bit too high. Now, like I said before, on a class where maybe you can't even stack it that high because your 3 skill has too long of a cooldown, might be an enhancement worth looking into. But yeah, I'm talking in circles at this point. I've made my points. I'll let you decide whether or not you would want to use this enhancement for yourself. Show you some gameplay of it being used here, and yeah, hopefully you got a little bit of information out of this. And yeah, that's all I got to say for this video. Leave a like on it if you liked it. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already. I'm very disappointed in this. At the end of the day, I hope they make some changes to it. They probably won't though. It's probably staying like this. So that's why I'm gonna put up this video so people know about it. And yeah, have a good one. Bye bye.